What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you on this rather warm Friday Eve from the coop. Smoking my JC's favorite. He'll get it. Savinelli, Bing's favorite, rusticated. I'm not sure. I know I saw the Bing's favorite in the alligator finish, because Pork Roll got one last week from Brody Joe, vintage nature photography guy. Sorry about that, guys. I was with JC when he bought his Bings. He bought it in Winchester, Virginia, at John B. Hayes Tobacco Company, tobacconist, whatever they call it. He got a good deal on it. It was an estate, barely smoked. It was almost like brand new. And he got it for about half price or so. I won't say how much he paid. I'll let him tell you if he wants to, but he got a good deal on it. It's a good smoking pipe, 6mm filter. I got the adapter in there that takes it down to the to a 3mm. Still a good draw. It's a good pipe. I mean, for what it is, it's a little stretched billiard, lightweight, good smoker. So since I'm smoking JC's favorite, I'm smoking one of JC's favorite blend, but I'm not going to tell you what it is right yet. Let y'all guess amongst yourselves a little bit before I tell you what it is. I'll tell you. I'll give you a hint. It's from 2021, and it's a plug. But it's not Rever. Rever. It's not Rever plug. So you can think about it. So I got a little story I want to tell you about rumble strips. You know, the little grooves on the side of the highway, either on the median or on the shoulder. Well, I used, about 15 years ago, well, 30 years ago, right around that time that I moved up here from Virginia. I used to live out in the country, border country, and used to do a lot of hunting and fishing. I was fishing every day. Hunting every day that season was open. I was able to hunt in Virginia Beach and Chesapeake. And yes, you can hunt in Virginia Beach. They have woods. I hunted those areas. Living in Virginia, you get almost 3 months of rifle season. So anyway, I was a big hunter, fisher, all that. Well, my ex-wife used to call me Hank, from Hank Hill, the King of the Hill. Because I used to hang out with my buddies, drink beer, and, you know, shoot the shit and whatever. So I got the nickname. My son's name was Tommy. Well, his name is Tommy. And sometimes I used to just go, "Damn it, Tommy." Hank Hill had a son named Bobby. And he's always like, damn it, Bobby. Well, I used to watch King of the Hill once we moved up here, and there's an episode that Hank and Bill were taken to Eagle Scouts, which is like Boy Scout, Weblos, whatever. Him and Bill was taking his son Bobby and Dale's son, the little Indian boy. If you ever watch the show, you know that's not Dale's boy. But anyway, I watched the show and they did this trick on the kids using the rumble strip. So, to get into my story, I used to drive a company truck home, and I used to leave my house in the morning and go straight to my job that I was running. All my helpers would meet me on site unless they lived close enough that I could pick them up on the way and commute with me or whatever. Well, we hired this young boy named Jared, and he was probably like 20 minutes from me. And once I picked him up at the parking ride, it was like another 45 minutes from there to the job, because it was right outside of Baltimore. And I used to pull in the parking ride, Jared get in the van with me, put his seat back, fall asleep. Well, one day, it's still dark out, and I did the old Hank trick, and I put my head back and I closed this eye, which he's sitting on this side, and I'm driving and I'm looking out of this eye on the road, and I ease over off the side of the road and I hit those rumble strips. My ex-girlfriend used to call them pleasure strips. You can take that, why she would say that. But anyway, I eased over and I hit those rumble strips right on the edge of them where they started going, and I kept going a little more and more, and finally it was like, it woke him up. He turned over and looked at me, saw me like this, thinking I was asleep. He reaches over and shakes me and hollers, and my name, Willie, Willie. And I already looked in the mirror, and there was no cars around me. So when he woke me up, I looked up at the road and I was like, whoa! And I jerked the wheel and I went out in the other lane and got back in, and I corrected myself and we're going down the road. And he looked at me and I said, now see, if you didn't fall asleep every morning and you would stay awake and talk to me, I wouldn't have fell asleep. I said, it's hard for me when I'm sitting here listening to you snore. I can't turn the radio up loud enough to drown you out. I'm hearing you snore and it just makes me want to take a nap. And so I fell asleep also. From that day on, Jared never took another nap. He'd get in the van and he would sit his seat straight up, light a cigarette, and start talking to me about what we were going to do that day and what he did last night and movies, and just idle chit chat like you do with a compadre, helper, whatever, just But I told a couple people about what had happened, and they thought that it was funny because some of the people had watched Hank. So what they did is they were taking Bobby and the other boy, I don't know what his name is now, Little Eagle or something. They were taking them to camp. They were going for a weekend camp so they could earn their badges and stuff like you do in the Boy Scouts, knot tying and fire starting and whatnot. And the kids were just running their mouth, and Hank and Bill said, I tell you what, they went that cicada killer. They had a pack of like Slim Jim sausages. And they were the boys' sausages. And they told them they had to be quiet to earn one of their badges, was to be quiet for the trip from where they left to the campground area. And if they talked, they lost a sausage. So they had talked a couple times, and Hank and Bill, they're up there, you know, eating their sausages, their Slim Jims, and the boys in the back are just like, because they're losing their snacks. And what happened was Hank gave Bill the old nod to pretend like he was asleep. So Bill's over there in the passenger seat, like, and Hank, he's driving, and he goes off the road with one eye open like that, and that's where I got the idea. And he was driving along, and all of a sudden he's like, brrr, and the boys started like, Dad, Dad, and you know, the other, Mr. Hill, and they were waking him up and all, and he was like, y'all talk. Ate another one of their sausages. It was pretty funny. It was a pretty funny episode. It was back when I used to partake in things that would make things funny, and when I was a drinking man and whatnot. But I figured I'd share that with you. I saw Outlaw yesterday, or Sasquatch. He hit the rumble strip while he was doing his video, and it made me think of that story with Jared. It was funny. You had to be there. Some of you might find it funny now, but if you would have seen Jared's face when he thought that we were going to die. Any guesses? All right. Be honest in the comments if you participated and you thought if you had a thought of what this is. I'm going to tell you what it is right now. It's made by Peterson. I don't know that Dunhill made it, because I didn't smoke a pipe back when Dunhill was making tobacco. But it's Peterson 3 Ps. And 3 Ps stand for Peterson's Perfect Plug. And when they define this as being aromatic, they're not saying that it is an aromatic blend. It's hard to explain if you don't understand, but things can be aromatic, like an air freshener in your house is aromatic. If you understand what that is. This is an aromatic in that sense, not an aromatic of flavors, toppings, goopy. Not that type of aromatic. It doesn't have vanilla, chocolate, cherry, whiskey, everything. It's a burley based blend. I used to smoke cigars that were called Tijuana Smalls. They were small with a plastic tip. You could put them in your mouth and chew them. You could clench them. They had 3 kinds: original, menthol, and aromatic. And what changed the aromatic from original to aromatic is the plastic tip was coated in sugar or sweetener of some sort. And that's what made that, they considered that an aromatic. So don't think that this is an aromatic, even though it's aromatic quality, if that makes sense. So anyway, see you guys tomorrow at the pipe show. Yes, indeed. Look for me, man. If you know what I look like and you want to say hi, come up and say hi. If you don't, then that's fine too. Enjoy yourself if you say hi or not. I'm going to enjoy myself if you say hi or not. But I would rather enjoy it with you. So come on up and say hi. I might even have something given away to certain people and certain things. And if you see me at the smoking table, come on over, grab a seat. I'll have plenty of stuff set out. You can sample whatever I got set out to smoke on. I'll have stuff. I don't know how the smoking thing is going to work tomorrow, being that it's 4 hours, 5 to 9. I don't know if they close right at 9. I don't know how that works, but Saturday they're there all day. If I see you Saturday or you see me Saturday, let's get together. Let's burn some tobacco. So remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and pop 'em.